Welcome to the Gateway. I'm Lauren Gardner, the Cicerone, and this is Devotion Championship Wrestling. On tonight's card, we have 3 bouts scheduled. Having been recently featured on AEW Dark, Reka Tehaka returns to the Gateway to take on her old nemesis, Steele. And then in our main event, after the decision made last week by DCW General Manager Big Papa Rob, DCW Champion Josh Glade defends his title against Andrew Sowell and William Cutting. But first, a familiar face, albeit a new name. Brett Buffshay makes his in-ring debut against Prophet of Destruction, Tombstone Judas. We now go backstage where Tombstone is standing by.
All right, MK just sent me a video clip of some joker from Hot Atlanta in some spandex and ridiculous sunglasses calling himself Brett Buffshay. Listen, son, you ain't fooling nobody. And I don't know how things are out there in Hot Atlanta, but around here, we want our wrestlers to be a little bit more believable. All right, son? And if you didn't notice, we already got a physique guy. Okay, look at the fingers in these quads. You see the striations in these delts? You see these guns? Boy, you're bringing a pea shooter to a gunfight. You can't call yourself Buffshay around here, so change it up. Later tonight, I'm breaking you, exposing you, all your weaknesses.
These past few weeks, I've been hitting the gym hard, real hard. It's been giving me time to think. I found a new book. In that book, I've been seeing some results, some good results. And that book is the Bodybuilder's Bible. Now, Tombstone, you never had an opponent like this. You never had to deal with Brett Buffshay. And I was stuck in a cocoon. In that cocoon, I finally broke out. And when I broke out, a beautiful butterfly emerged. And tonight, I fly.
As they come to the ring, we now have a pineapple service announcement.
Yummy.
Pineapple chunks and junkets. Sprinkles of all flavors. It's the ice cream man here. Pineapple clad Tom Chad. And I'm gonna give you a little information about pineapple. Pineapple guy! Tom! I got something for you. Hey, look. Ooh. Oh, no. There's a condition here. Now listen, I had to fire Mike. You know that, and you know why. Now, I only work with winners. Are you a winner? You know I'm a winner, Harvey. Haven't you seen me out there? Okay, well, let me manage you, and you get something in return. I don't like that, Harvey. I love that. Awesome, let's go have a beer.
Harvey and Tom Chad, an interesting team-up. I can only hope it is, well, fruitful for them. In the ring right now, Brett Buffshay and Tombstone Judas. Judas, of course, as always, being followed by the shadow that turns the screws, the one and only NK Bandit, Matthew Robles. Officiating this bout is referee Kid Ref. Judas getting in his pose, and is Brett Buffshay. I think the fans prefer the physique of Brett Buffshay over that of the Mountain Metal Messiah.
All right, we're not doing this. All right, Brett Buffshay, let me tell you something. We're gonna do something right now. I'm gonna put an end to this. Keep your mouth shut. We're gonna have a pose down, and you people here are gonna decide who has the better physique. And I'm gonna start this off.
We just saw Brett Buffshay saying that he's now following the bodybuilder's Bible. It seems to be working off. However, the well-trained muscles of Tombstone Judas know what to do in a pose. Let's see if the bodybuilder's Bible is paying off the dividends, as did the good book, and based on that devoted faithful response, at least when it comes to a front double bicep pose, the point goes to Buffshay. Judas now goes into a side chest pose, and Buffshay showing off not only his bicep but his chest as well, as the pose is so named. And for round 2, I would have to say that goes to Buffshay as well. Tombstone doing a little freestyle posing there with a modified most muscular pose, and Brett Buffshay matches it. I think it's 0-3. Were Tombstone to pick up a book ever, maybe he should pick up the bodybuilder's Bible.
All right, you got a couple muscles. Let's see what you can do with them. How about a test of strength?
Now this does bring up an interesting point. You can lift for looks all you want, but are they applicable muscles? Have the muscles been trained to be useful? We'll find out right now as the two engage in a double Greco-Roman knuckle walk. Brett Buffshay overhanded right off the bat, and Tombstone breaks the grip. Breaks the grip, and okay, we're having some technical difficulties there, but he's saying let's do some arm wrestling. You know, if I'd known that it was going to be this kind of match, I would have reached out to the good folks at Ico Pro to see if they would like to help sponsor it. I don't know if either of these men have a CDL class driver's license, but we are engaged in some Lincoln Hawk wrestling right now. Tombstone pushing hard. Buffshay coming from behind. It's like turning his hat around and turning on a switch. Look at Tombstone's face. Buffshay is overpowering him. Oh, come on. No. Judas distracted Kid Ref and poked Buffshay in the eyes. Classic, vintage, if you will, Prophets of Destruction. Well, with that severe backfire to satiate Tombstone Judas's ego, the match can finally begin. Within the corner goes Buffshay, followed up right behind by a sidestep elbow from Judas. Judas, hip toss, squarely putting Buffshay onto his L4 with a basement over the mountain neckbreaker. He goes for the cover. Buffshay kicks out at 2, and to no one's surprise, MK not happy about the call. Tombstone tries and yet fails again a third time. This time, not even a 1 count as Buffshay easily powers out of it. Both competitors to their feet, and this time it is Judas who finds himself in the corner, but no, reversed. And another sidestep back elbow from Tombstone Judas. He links that with the hip toss. No, folks, this is not instant replay. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So says the mud flaps on Tombstone's truck. Judas drops an elbow onto Buffshay's left knee. Buffshay fairly close to the ropes. Is he going to be able to break the hold? He does. Kid Ref calls for the break. MK trying to intimidate Kid Ref, but he is not one to be easily intimidated. Meanwhile, Buffshay, not wanting to give up control of Tombstone's neck, gets up to his own 2 feet, delivers a right hook into the side of Tombstone's head. You can see right there we have the core champion who accompanied Brett Buffshay out to the ring, Nisi the Tongan Lion. What are you taking your ball and going home, MK? No. He would literally do anything. He would shame himself to no end just to give his wrestlers the upper hand. With a suplex like that, it is indeed the upper hand that Tombstone has, as he corners Buffshay, goes to deliver a roundhouse, but instead is met with a roundhouse from Buffshay. Buffshay dodges a lariat and delivers a Buff Lariotto, calling for another one. Hey, Tombstone, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Buffshay showing that he can do whatever Tombstone can and do it with more muscle. The two rush at each other, and Buffshay hits Tombstone with a low tiger knee. Buffshay is beyond fired up, and the devoted faithful doing their part to keep him going. Now lifting up Tombstone. Oh! Tombstone delivers a low blow, hitting Buffshay right in the dumbbells. And now into a full Nelson.
Get him, MK!
Calling for MK to enter the ring. Pulls out his hand sanitizer and squirts Tombstone right in the face. Nisi now looking to take out the trash that is MK. And in the meantime, Buffshay hits Tombstone with the PR. 2, and that's it, folks. Brett Buffshay makes good on his promises.
And your winner, Brett Buffshay.
And that caterpillar has truly developed into a butterfly. Folks, don't go anywhere, because coming up next, returning back to the gateway from AEW Dark, it's Reka Tehaka, and she's taking on Steele.
I tell you right now that unless you get over your lazy habits and come up to the standards I've set for this class, many of you will have the pleasure of repeating this course next semester.
The vast majority of behavior problems in the classroom involve minor breaches of discipline. These incidents frequently originate in the classroom situation itself and are within the control of the teacher. Disciplinary problems in the classroom are symptoms of underlying weaknesses in total learning situations.
2 detentions, 3 detentions. Leave this room and don't come back until you're ready to apologize.
It's a long way to the end of the term. When will this end?
We are back with singles action. Folks, this is Devotion Championship Wrestling. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for spending part of your day with us here at the Gateway. Reka Tehaka and Steele, not the first time these two have gone up against each other. Steele already with the butcher shop antics, taking a break, no doubt a tactic, if not directed by William Cutting, definitely a page out of his playbook. Officiating this match, senior official referee Chris Harmon. Chris, not one to take duff off of any athlete, and he's being forced to exercise his authority already in this bout. And good on Reka Tehaka, who has spent a lot of time in Jacksonville with AEW, allowing Steele to enter the ring, taking Steele down with the side headlock takeover, pops up and brings her back down again, and Steele again decides that she needs a break. And honestly, as a devoted, faithful, not only commentator, but I would say fan as well, this is heartbreaking to see Steele using the basic tactics, the mentality of the butcher shop. They say that a rising tide lifts all boats. Well, since she has joined with the butcher shop, I can think that it's been low tide for quite a while. No doubt she is frustrated, as Reka Tehaka did not fall to the ruse of going out to the ring after her. Enters the ring, and Reka begins to deal damage onto her left arm and shoulder right off of the bat. Reka with a solid game plan, no doubt, going into this match. Steele able to get out of the way, and yet again leaves the ring. Good on Reka for adhering to the official and doing what you're supposed to do, but there comes a time where you just have had enough, and she has had enough, and decides that she is going to take matters into her own hands, but chasing after Steele, who gets out of the way and throws Reka into the Steele ring post, now dealing damage onto that left side that hit the ring post. A dishonorable tactic, but an effective tactic nonetheless. Steele, who catches Reka, looks to deal a sidewalk slam, goes for the cover, 2. Reka kicks out at 2, but you can see the look on her face. The damage has been done. Steele is no doubt a powerhouse in DCW, and she's showing just that. Reka able to counter an Irish whip and comes back, bringing Steele down with a short arm lariat. She holds on, goes for a second, now a third, but Steele able to get out of the way. A wushu kick brings down Steele, and Reka is pumped up. I mean, how cool is this for the devoted faithful to be able to see Reka Tehaka on AEW, and then just a couple of days later have her right back here at the Gateway. Rekka now pulls up Steele, puts her into a fireman carry, and delivers a Samoan drop. Goes for the cover. Oh, but Steele able to get out, and Rekka is as shocked as we are. Perhaps now having to reconfigure her attack plan, pulling Steele up to her feet. Steele drops and hits Rekka with a jawbreaker. Steele now putting Rekka into the fireman carry. Rekka saying it's not gonna happen and starts hitting Steele with elbows, able to escape, and now wanting to seal the deal and put an end to it. And for Steele, it's Toka Soifua, the Coconut Crusher. And that's it, folks. Reka Tehaka with a big win in front of her hometown fans.
And your winner, Reka Tehaka.
Folks, up next is our main event, a triple threat match as Josh Glade defends the DCW Heavyweight Championship against Andrew Sowell and William Cuddy.
The following match is a triple threat match for the DCW Heavyweight Championship.
Referee Chris Harmon tasked with officiating this bout. He will have his hands full, no doubt.
Ready? Wait, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Sowell is not ready, apparently. Surprising no one.
Something in the middle. Figure it out. Okay, now I'm ready. You're ready. Ring the bell.
With the stretching and calisthenics done, the bell can now sound and we are underway. Sowell is already starting to try and form an alliance with Josh Glade. Shouldn't be that hard to get Josh Glade to mistrust William Cuddy, as they were former tag team partners under the control of Dr. Psycho. However, I don't know if the mistrust of William Cuddy is enough to trick Josh Glade into teaming up with Andrew Sowell. Slams both of his challengers into each other's chests and puts down Andrew Sowell with a crooked arm lariat and another one for cutting. Sowell goes down again and Cuddy goes down again. Glade-O-Mania is running wild, folks. And the source of that power, his beloved doll, wanting to, I'm sure, keep it out of harm's way, sets it into the corner. Sowell comes in with a double axe handle right between Josh Glade's shoulders. Sowell setting up, oh boy, for a suplex on the Mammoth. Blocked, scooped, and slams. His challenger goes for the cover and Cutting breaks it up. About a half a count there. Cutting attacking a vulnerable spot on Josh Glade. Smart for him as a smaller competitor to attack the most vulnerable places. Glade taking advantage of his gargantuan size with those frying pan chops. Cutting looking to try and create some distance between Glade and himself. However, ends up in the corner. Oh, it's hit with Glade's six head and now chopped. Hoochie Mama. That's gonna leave a mark. Of course, Cutting upset because he, as a individual, never lost his championship. It was a handicap 3-on-1 match in which Glade pinned Steele as the entire Butcher Shop was defending the title when he lost it. Of course, Andrew Sowell also upset as he beat Tom Chat to become the #1 contender for the title. It was last week when DCW General Manager decided to save everyone's time and effort. Let's throw them all into the ring and let them fight it out for the championship. Cutting up onto Glade's shoulder. Glade looking for that running power slam. Cutting able to wiggle out right into the open arms of Sowell, who puts down the big man with the reverse headlock side slam. Goes for the cover, and Cutting drags off Andrew Sowell just in time. Cutting looking to take advantage of the down champion. Goes for the cover. Sowell not letting that happen either. Like a petulant child calling dibs. Goes for the cover. Back and forth these two. A basement drop kick puts Glade out of the ring.
I am entitled to that title. You're entitled to a wrestling.
Well, Cutting's not wrong there.
I do not hate crime.
Oh! A hard open hand slap right to Sowell's jaw. Cutting brings Sowell down. Beautifully done. Brings him down again with a running side step elbow. Puts the big man on his back and goes for the cover. Sowell kicks out at 2 3/8. As this is a triple threat match, there is no disqualification, which is music to the ears of William Cutting. And yes, with no disqualification, he's doing what he wants, including a barbed wire crossface. Good night.
Ouchies.
Yes, ouchies indeed, Mr. Sowell. Sowell, who is doing anything he can to get up to his feet, which includes finding a turnbuckle, which allows Cutting to set up, but no! Sowell with the whoopee cushion puts down the smaller challenger, feeling all of that undisclosed weight, of course, because Sowell refuses to quantify his weight publicly.
I'm winning.
Channeling the aspirations of Charlie Sheen, Andrew Sowell feeling good about his position right now, and I have to agree with him. He is in the lead at this point. Goes for the cover. Cutting up. Can't argue with that, Sowell. Referee Chris Harmon, he can see it all, and he does. Sowell now using that weight advantage. I'm speculating weight advantage he has, applying all of his weight into his knees, right into Cutting's back. Sowell breaks the hold to keep Glade from re-entering the ring. He does so. Cutting comes in with a shot to the breadbasket, but a big pendulum hammer fist brings Cutting back down to all fours. Sowell has got to be feeling an urgency to get this title in his possession, as he, along with Echo, recently lost the Tag Team Championship.
Where are my cheers?
Boy, Dale Carnegie, Andrew Sowell is not. But it's outbursts like that that I think validate my speculation that he needs some sort of validation to prove his worth in the company. And having just lost the tag titles, this would definitely prove that he belongs here. Sowell now with a kneeling choke.
It's a pin.
Claiming it's a pin, but it's a choke, and he's on the ropes. There are so many reasons why that doesn't count. Sowell staring down referee Chris Harmon, not happy about the officiating. I think he's doing a stellar job. Sowell bringing out the big guns with a big suplex. Cutting, trying to get up, but is not able. I was holding my breath on that one, folks. And Andrew Sowell, you can see the look of desperation on his face.
Why won't you stay down? I'm entitled.
Andrew Sowell showing that he truly is the perennial millennial with that outburst of frustrated entitlement. But now taking Glade's doll and manifesting his frustration in a single gesture,
I have the power now.
claiming that he has the power now. However, the power might be right behind him, and he might have bitten off more than even he can chew. Glade, who has retrieved his magical MacGuffin, tucks it back into his jumpsuit. Sowell trying to use his words and now his fists to pacify the beast that lies within Glade. The champion blocks a hook from Sowell and now goes on the offensive himself. Glade whips Sowell off the ropes. Sowell rebounds and is put right back down with a big size 16 boot, followed up with an enormous leg drop. Cutting breaks up the pinfall, but has Cutting's actions signed a check that his body is just not capable of cashing right now. Cutting hits Glade with a big right hook, socks him right in the mouth. Now again, but Glade saying no, it's not gonna happen. Raining down blows atop Cutting's head. Now whips Cutting off the ropes and puts him right back down just as he did Sowell. Sowell comes in, interrupting Glade's momentum, setting up for that reverse headlock side slam, but Cutting comes in with the swinging DDT. Sowell lands on top of Cutting. All three competitors are down. That's three, but who's the winner? Who's our champion? There's your winner, Andrew Sowell. Andrew Sowell, wait a second. Our other judges from the back coming out, no doubt they were watching backstage as referees Ian and Kidref come out, and each one is proclaiming a different winner. Folks, I am not sure what the decision's going to be on this match. This is a championship bout, so the referees definitely want to get it correct. Having a conference over there. Referee Chris Harmon going over to King Goot, our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have just been informed because all three competitors' shoulders were down at the same time. The refs have ruled the match as a no contest. Therefore, Josh Glade is still your DCW Heavyweight Champion.
There you have it, folks. As always, I'm Warren Gardner for DCW, and until next time, stay devoted.
Now I will kill you.